Aquaman number 18, written by Jeff Johns, art by Paul Pelletier. So, last issue basically was Aquaman reaffirming, hey, I'm gonna be a good king. And then we see this other crazy ass dude coming out of a sea cave saying, oh, no, I'm the real king. So, we pick up Antarctica with this little science crew basically saying, like, geez, good thing we're in Antarctica. Like, all this crazy stuff's going on in up there with, like, gorillas and floods and whatnot. Antarctica seems like the safe place. And then all of a sudden, there's an ice quake, and the entire base starts to collapse. One of the guys falls into the crevice and is killed near immediately. And we see the Atlantean king from before come up and kill the other scientist. So he's on the march. So then we get just sort of a montage of Aquaman and all the other Atlanteans going around the surface world, the humans, and gathering up Atlantean weapons. And we have Merc narrating, and he's like, look, I don't get it. How these humans, like, yeah, we thought they were, like, vicious to us, but, like, they're vicious to each other. Like, they're using these weapons to murder each other and enslave each other. Like, humans are just awful, Aquaman. And you're telling me that they're going to come after us? Like, and Aquaman's like, no. Look, there are bad ones. There's a lot of bad ones. And yes, that's mostly the ones that you've met so far. But, like, not all of them are awful. It's like, okay, well, I'm not feeling that. I'm thinking that, the surface world is dangerous. And Aquaman tells Merc, look, imagine yourself as like a little boy living in Boston. All they know about Atlanteans is that you flooded their city and then came out of the water and killed everyone who was still breathing. Can you see how that's, they're good Atlanteans, but that's all they know. And Merc's like, okay, well, I'm not going to learn anything here, so whatever. And he walks off. And then Arthur is made aware that Orm's sister is waiting for him in the throne room. And she goes to visit her. Her name is Tula, and she's Orm's, I believe, half-sister, based off the conversation, which means she shares no blood with Arthur at all. But she's basically saying, oh, yes, hello, King Arthur, blah, blah, blah. I've done all you wanted. We got a bunch of weapons, Atlantean weapons, sealed away. We've reclaimed and disposed of all those weapons. But I'm not here in that regard. I'm here about my brother. And basically saying, look, they're going to execute him. What are you going to do? And he's like, I'm not going to, if they want to charge him, they want to find him guilty, whatever, but I'm not going to let him die. Like, he will not be harmed. And he's like, all right, fair enough. And Tula makes the point that Volko is currently also set to be on trial. He betrayed the Atlantean people, but he knows where all of these weapons are being sold from and to. Like, he's been around the surface world. He knows about that stuff, so it's probably best to go ask him. And as she goes away, Aquaman looks at the throne that he has yet to officially govern from, and he's debating joining. Then we cut to Mara's story. In last issue, Mara got arrested, sort of, kind of, because she caused the scene the last time. She was, like, getting dog food or whatever. And the cops are basically saying, like, look, you kind of just left in the middle of stuff because there were things going on, but you still committed a crime and you need to be held accountable for it. And she's like, I'm not going to serve jail. I'm a representative of Atlantis. I have to feed my dog. I'm out. And so she goes to leave, and the cops are like, look, if you walk out, it's going to be resisting arrest, and that's going to be worse for everybody. And she's like, what do you mean everybody? Seems like it'd be worse for you. So then we cut back down to Atlantis. Arthur's going down to the prisons so that he can talk to Volko. And one of the guards is like, hey, when that missile hit, a bunch of my friends died. And now that we know that's Volko's fault, can you tell us when we're going to charge this son of a bitch and, like, get him into trial? And he's like, it's happening. It's going to happen soon. But I just need to talk to him right now. So he goes, talks to Volko. Volko's like, oh, my king. And he's like, no. You don't get to. You're a dick. You're a dick and I don't like you anymore. And Volko's like, fair enough, but I'm still going to tell you whatever you need to know. And Aquaman basically tells him, okay, where's the weapons coming from? It's like, oh, there's a guy up there. He's the one who's selling these weapons and whatnot. His name is Peter Mortimer. And Aquaman recognizes the name, calls him the Scavenger, and then just leaves. And Volko's like, come back anytime. I love you. What? Who said that? So then we see the Scavenger. They are gathering a bunch of Atlantean weapons. One of them, like, flips a switch accidentally, which turns his buddy into slime. And then we see Peter step out and just like, yeah, raise the price on that one an extra 50 grand. That one's going to be worth something. All right, are we good to go? And they're like, sort of, kind of, but the Atlantean people are going to find us soon. They've been coming after all the weapons. And Peter's like, that's the point. We're going to find one of these searching parties and follow them to Atlantis. Then we're going to get the big payoff. So then, last couple pages here, we have Tula talking to Merc in secret, and apparently Merc still believes that Orm should be the rightful king, and Tula presenting the news that Arthur isn't going to let any harm come to Orm. He's like, good. So that means that we can still take him and put him back onto that throne. We're going to save your brother ourselves. So then we cut back to Mara, and Mara, as she's walking out, gets handcuffed by the police. It's just like, Dad, tried to take you in peace, but now you're forcing me to cuff you and put you through the process normally. And then this one officer comes up named Officer Watson. She apparently went to school with Arthur, and she's like, look, I know that things are done differently there. I get it. I know that you've done amazing things with like the Justice League and Arthur. You've saved our lives more times than we can count. No judge is ever going to convict you, but you just got to go along with the rule of law. You got to like be a part of society here, okay? So can you just work with us? And she's like, fine, I will. But before anything can happen, they're attacked by a giant like snow blast, and the snow seemingly like freezes all of them. And we see whoever's causing it says, daughter of Zebel, you will lead me to your people, and the seven seas will be mine again. So already the old king is here. He's made his way from Antarctica to, I think it's like Massachusetts, and like nobody noticed in the meantime. Sure, why not? I like it. I think it's a solid issue. I think it does a good job. It's setting up the political intrigue of, there's people on Arthur's side, there's people against Arthur. You got the whole weapons thing going on. It's setting up just more of a political story rather than just, oh, big monster, let's punch him. Mind you, the dead king or whatever his name's going to end up being, yeah, that's just big monster going to have to punch him. But they could turn it into a political thing as well, because clearly he was king at one point. So, I don't know. I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see where it goes. Overall, I'd give this one an 8. I think it's solidly written throughout. I like the moments where Arthur just unloads on Volko because, he can. He's having a stressful day, and he's like, no, you're the cause of all this. You made my life so much harder. You suck. I like it. It just shows a little bit of humanity there. So, yeah, 8 for this. Really am enjoying it. Looking forward to the next issue.